Okay, so I don't know if you've been following my recent tutorial on how to make these extra chunky adult slippers, perfect as a Christmas gift. Knock those up pretty quick. But in that video I showed you a little embellishment, a little applique that you could make to go on the front. But it's a fun little project in itself, and it's actually made without any crochet hooks. So we're gonna have some fun doing a little bit of finger knitting, finger crochet. Take some same yarn that I've been using for the slippers, and that's a chunky, extra, super chunky, super bulky yarn. Get my words out. And what we're going to do is create a slip knot first. So to do a slip knot, I just wrap it around my fingers and cross it over. Lift up this first one. I just grab this second one and hold on to that. And just basically create a slip knot as you normally would. Okay, so it's on your finger like so. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're actually going to effectively chain 5, and what we're going to do is we just wrap the yarn around our finger like that, and we pull this first loop over the second loop. Okay, and we keep this second loop on our finger, and that's going to create what I'm going to call a chain. Okay, and we want 5 of those, so we wrap the yarn around again, then this one comes over the first one, so that's 2, then the next one, wrap that round, and then this one comes over this first one, 3, and again this one comes over, 4, and then one more, wrap the yarn, 5. Okay, so we've got done 5 little chains like so, just like you would in crochet. So what we're going to do though is we're going to just lift up our work and find our first chain that we did. So there's our little slip knot there. This is going to be our first chain, and just find a loop of that first chain and just make it a little bit bigger. Pop that on your finger if you want to. Okay, so you've got 2 little loops, and then bringing up your yarn, we're going to feed this yarn through this first loop. So basically just bring the yarn you're working with through that first loop, and you can let that other loop drop. Okay, as you bring that through, just let that drop down, and then we're also going to bring the loop through this piece of yarn as well. Okay, then we're just going to hold on to that yarn. So effectively just fed the yarn we're working with through both of those loops, through that first chain and through the loop we had on our finger, and it creates a little 5 chain loop, and in the middle is a hole, of course. Then all we're going to do is we're going to chain 6. So we do the same thing again, wrap the yarn around our finger, bring this side over, 1, then do another one, 2, move that up, next one, 3, next one, 4, next one, 5, and one more. We're doing 6 this time. 6. Okay, so we've got 6 finger chains, and finding your, make sure we're facing the right direction. Find your center, move the tail out of the way, find the center of that loop that you created, and just bring the yarn you're working with through the center, through the middle. Okay, like that. Then we're going to feed the same loop through this loop on our finger. We're going to hold on to that loop instead, and just pull your work tight. Then you can see that your 6 chains have been caught on the center of this loop. Okay, then we just repeat that another 4 times for the rest of the petals, because that's going to be one of our petals. So the next one, do another chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then find center for your loop, and to make sure you find the right loop, you don't go into your other petal, it'll be very slightly smaller. Again, bring the yarn through the center of the loop, then bring it through the loop on your finger as well. Just feed it through, then hold on to it. Okay, and then we're going to pull that tight, and that connects our second petal. Okay, we'll do the same thing again. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then again we find there's a center of our flower. Bring the yarn through the center of our flower. Just bring it through, then bring it through the loop on your finger, then hold onto it, and then just pull it tight to connect the next petal, making sure it doesn't fall off your finger. Okay, and there's our third one. We just repeat that twice more. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Feed the yarn through the center and then through the loop on your hook, holding on to the bit you've fed through. Put it tight. Make sure your loops, the petals facing the right way. And then we're just going to do that one more time. Chain 6. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feed that through the center of your flower, the tail end out the way. Okay, feed that through the center and through the loop on your finger. Just hold on to it for now. Pull the yarn tight, and there's your 5th petal, and then you can just cut your yarn and then just pull that through, and then that creates a little knot. And there we go, there is our finished flower. So you just need to sew. So get a little tapestry needle, yarn needle, thread on the end, and then just sew over, secure that into place. And then you can either use these tail ends to tie it onto something, or you can sew them in. But there is our little flower. You can shape it a little bit. There's a little finger crochet flower, like this one. You can do it a little bit neater. You can get one that looks like this. So this one's gone a bit baggy and big, but still creates a fun little project and a fun little applique, like I said, that you can add onto your booties. But I will see you soon for some more crochet fun. Cheers guys, bye.